For years, safety campaign advertisements have tried to shock us into sticking to the road rules or being sun smart by highlighting what happens when we don't. But Metro Trains in Melbourne has gone with a completely different tack. A quirky clip called "Dumb Ways to Die" uses dark humour to promote its rail safety message. It features animated characters killing themselves in a variety of strange methods. Let's take a look at some of it now.
Invite a psycho killer inside. Scratch a drug dealer's brand new ride. Take your helmet off in outer space. Use a clothes dryer as a hiding place. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dress up like a moose during hunting season. Disturb a nest of wasps for no good reason. Stand on the edge of a train station platform. Drive around the boom gates at a level crossing. Run across the tracks between the platforms. They may not rhyme, but they're quite possibly the dumbest ways to die. The dumbest ways to die. The dumbest ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Be safe around trains, a message from Metro.
Well, if that doesn't get the message across, what will? To find out more about the campaign, let's hear from John Meskel. He's the brains behind it. Mr. Meskel is the Executive Creative Director of the McCann Worldwide Group and joins me now in the studio. John, thanks very much for coming in. This video has been dubbed, you must be loving this, dubbed the most successful viral ad in Australia's history.
It has been because it is, and I've stopped counting the YouTube views now. It's up to 15, 16 million or something so far. But it's the shareability of it that's really gone crazy. It's the most shared video in the world right now.
Okay, what makes it so easy to the shareability, that term? What do you mean by that?
Well, people are sharing it with their friends on Facebook and via Twitter because that was the key metric for us. We've got a safety message and we're talking to people who don't want to hear a safety message and they will reject it if it comes from an authority. But if it comes from one of their friends, they're far more accepting of it. So they're sharing it with their friends and that's really why we feel it's really going to work.
And this is why we call it viral. It's spreading like a virus.
Yeah, well, yeah, a nice virus, nice kind of virus.
It deals with a pretty serious subject matter in a very light, friendly, upbeat way.
Yeah, look, I guess it's incredibly morbid but super cute. And when you collide those two, that's where the humour comes from. So, I guess you can deliver a serious message without it being gruesome. Well, I suppose it is gruesome though, isn't it? But you can do it with humour, you can do it with entertainment values. That's what makes it shareable. How
hard is it as a creative person to harness the power of a simple concept?
Look, that's the simplicity is hard. The old saying, "I didn't have time to write you a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead." That sort of holds true for just about any endeavour, I think. Simplicity is difficult, and you need a client. And Metro has been fantastic about this, who are willing to embrace a very simple but strong idea.
What was the brief? Did they come to you asking you to create a viral ad like this, or did the idea come first and then the Metro train got on board?
Yeah, Metro are a client of ours and we work a lot with them, and they came to us with, we need to tell. Metro staff every day observe some really silly behaviours on the train system, and they came to us and said we need an awareness campaign to
tell people to stop being dumb.
Stop being dumb, effectively, and this was a response to it. But also they said to us, look, we know that this is a message that people don't necessarily want to hear or will tune out of if we don't get it right.
And I understand you got some inspiration from Dr. Zeus, Pixar.
Yeah, look, I've been a big Dr. Zeus fan from way back. Our target audience is young people and young adults, but I always believe that if you do something well, you can appeal to practically everybody.
Okay, and the target audience that you're reaching here, they're a notoriously difficult audience to get to.
They are. They do not want to hear this message, and you know, they don't share advertising. They share stories and they share entertainment. And the really gratifying thing now is there's a lot of covers on YouTube. So we've somehow managed to get teenagers singing about rail safety to other teenagers, which you'd think would be impossible. So that's pretty cool.
Now, to what extent, I'm interested in knowing, to what extent can you reduce this then to a winning formula, a successful formula? Because I would imagine that the audience that you're targeting and the style of thing with viral advertising defies formulas, because as soon as the audience figures out that there's a formula, that there's a method to what you're doing, they recoil.
Yeah, look, there is no simple formula. I mean, there are things you can do to make it more shareable. Obviously, if it looks or smells or feels like an ad, it won't get shared. If the heavy hand of marketing is upon it, it won't get shared. If it's preaching, it won't get shared. It has to be incredibly likeable and disarmingly different. And there seem to be the two key metrics we look for. It's you know, it's and also the ability to want to watch it 2 and 3 and 4 times. You know, I think there's a social currency to sharing. If you're going to share something with someone, you've got to feel confident that they will thank you for sending it.
Okay. Now, I think you said there was about 15 or 16 million
views on YouTube.
Views.
Yes.
It's probably up to about 17 or 18 since you said that. Is that the extent of the campaign, or are there more elements? Are you going to roll out?
Oh, yeah. Look, there's more coming. I mean, this is a long-term campaign because the problem won't go away. It's you know, we've got a game in the wings that we hope to launch by Christmas, which will be a free game people can download for their smartphones and tablets. We're going to making a book for schools. There's paid advertising in Melbourne at the moment in press and outdoor, and there's a few other things in the wings.
Okay, well done, John Mescal. Thanks very much for coming in and talking us through that.
Pleasure. Thank you.